In space, the opportunities are limitless. Elon Musk has pioneered the development of reusable spacecraft through his company SpaceX. SpaceX has brought affordability to companies looking to capitalize on the significant opportunity provided by space. In this episode, I wanted to discuss the emerging Australian space stocks that could become growth champions in the next couple of years. And one of these companies will be launching into orbit on the SpaceX Falcon 9 later this year. Imagine watching your investment quite literally take off on a rocket into space. G'day guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Aussie Investing Machine. Thank you so much for joining me. In this episode, I wanted to talk about two Australian space stocks which have really caught my attention. As always, this video is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Before making any investment decisions, make sure, of course, to do your own research and consult a licensed financial advisor. If you enjoyed the video and you get something out of it, make sure to subscribe to the channel and give the video a big like. The first company I wanted to talk about is Kleos Space, a company that has signed a deal with SpaceX to take some of their satellites into orbit later this year. Kleos Space, ticker code KSS, is a space-enabled data as a service company based in Luxembourg. Kleos's first cluster of satellites was integrated into the Indian Space Research Organisation's last launch. This was part of the Kleos scouting mission and was launched on the organisation's C-49 vessel. Their second cluster of satellites will launch on none other than Elon Musk's SpaceX Falcon 9 reusable rocket. Kleos is at a critical point in the company's growth after launching their first 4 satellites on that launch I mentioned before, back on the 7th of November. They're expecting some pretty strong revenue flows through Q1 of 2021. They've got a number of contracts that they've entered into that they are anticipating revenue from. These contracts include a US Air Force agreement, an agreement with L3Harris, and also multiple agreements with government entities. Their second launch of satellites is due to launch mid-year, as I said, with SpaceX on their Falcon 9, and this will open the door for even more revenue opportunities for the company. The company already has $8 million worth of contracts secured for their radio frequency data service. There is a potential pipeline for over 130 customers, and this will lead to an estimated $80 to $100 million worth of revenue. According to their investor presentation, there is no equivalent company with the same capabilities as Kleos Space. They make the point of telling us that nobody has the technology that is equivalent to them, and nobody has a business plan quite like theirs. In addition to this, they describe how strong the company's moat really is because of 3 main factors. One is the long development time that is required for projects like theirs. Number 2 is the level of expertise required to develop satellites like they do. And third of all, it's extremely capital intensive, so it makes it very hard for new market entrants. So that's my wrap of Kleos Space. I think it's a super exciting company, and I do think it would be really cool to see your investment actually launch into space. How cool would that be? If you'd like to see a detailed financial analysis of this company, let me know in the comments below and I will make the effort to do that in a future video. However, if you'd like to do your own detailed financial analysis but aren't quite sure how, I do have a Skillshare video that you can check out and I walk you through it step by step. I'll leave a link in the description below to that video, so make sure to check that out. So the second company I wanted to talk about today is a company called Electro Optic Systems. Their ticker code is EOS and they're listed on the ASX. EOS is an Australian technology company and they operate in the defence and aerospace markets. EOS focuses on the development, manufacture and sale of telescopes, dome enclosures, laser satellite tracking systems and the manufacture of electro optic fiber control systems. EOS is focusing on a medium Earth orbit satellite system. This allows for low latency, high bandwidth and uncongested data transmission. They've got a great slide in their investor presentation. I'll put that up on screen so you can see exactly where their satellite technology fits in the picture. They use constellations of 3 satellites to achieve an always-on data service. It also enables them to get global coverage to their customers. They've set out a timeline of their operations which shows a peak of their technology in the year 2030. Some of these speeds that they're showing through satellite technology are really quite incredible and are a lot faster than what is available to most people even on fiber broadband. The target clients for EOS is the Five Eyes defense system and also other government clients. Their satellite construction is due to commence between 2021 and 2023. Financially, COVID-19 has really disrupted the company's operations. EOS is patiently awaiting more normal trading conditions. A lot of their overseas shipments and logistics have been adversely affected by COVID. Closed international borders have been the main cause for concern, with a lot of customers waiting for their deliveries from EOS. On a positive note for the company, the broker Citi has issued a price target of $7.80 over the next 12 months for the company. This represents a 30% gain on the price of $5.80 approximately at the time of making this video. In addition, we've seen a good steady flow of contracts coming the way of EOS. These include a $34 million contract as prime contractor by the Commonwealth of Australia for the C4 Edge program, a $5.1 million deal for the Commonwealth Space contract, a $4.25 million contract for the European remotely operated combat vehicle program. So all in all, they've had a rough 2020 due to those COVID concerns. However, it seems there is some significant upside for EOS. It's certainly a stock that I'll be tracking closely. Now, I thought I'd give a third stock just a special mention, and that stock is BrainChip. I made an update video on BrainChip just a few episodes ago. I'll leave a link up on screen if you want to watch that. But we know that some recent news is that BrainChip has signed a deal with NASA. So it could be that a third Australian stock could be taking their technology into space sometime soon. All in all 3 of these stocks are really exciting ones and definitely ones that I'll be following along closely. I think that space could be a real new frontier for investment, especially with the likes of SpaceX leading the way and making it more affordable to get technology into space. I'd love to know your thoughts on the space sector. Maybe you know about some companies that I haven't talked about. Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.